In a Windows Server Enterprise network, there are two types of groups: security and distribution. When you create a group, you choose the group type and scope. Group type determines the capabilities of the group. Email applications mainly use distribution groups, which are not security enabled. Security groups are security enabled, and you use them to assign permissions to various resources. You can use security groups in permission entries and access control lists, ACL, to control security for resource access. You also can use security groups as a means of distribution for email applications. If you want to use a group to manage security, it must be a security group. Note, the default group type for newly created groups is security. Because you can use security groups for both resource access and email distribution, many organizations use only security groups. However, we recommend that if you use a group for email distribution only, you should create the group as a distribution group. Otherwise, the group is assigned a security identifier, SID, and the SID is added to the user's security access token, which can make the token unnecessarily large. You can convert a security group to a distribution group at any time. When you do this, the group type attribute changes. A security group that you have converted to a distribution group therefore loses all permissions assigned to it, even though the ACL still contain the SID. If you convert a distribution group to a security group, the reverse occurs: the group type attribute changes, and you can now assign permissions to resources to the group. Note, consider that when you add a user to a security group, the user's access token which authenticates user processes updates only when the user signs in. Therefore, if the user is currently signed in, the user must sign out and sign back in to update his or her access token with any changed group memberships. Note, the benefit of using distribution groups becomes more evident in large-scale Exchange server deployments, especially when you need to nest these distribution groups across the enterprise.